Today's day 194 of Zohar Pshat. In order to understand today's Zohar, I think we have to do preface to Bereshis Rabbah Perek Ches Siman Hey, which is a very famous Bereshis Rabbah. Rabbi Simon said, "B'shar Shabbat Kodesh Baruch Hu Yivros Adam Rishon Hashem create Adam. Nasu Malach Yeshar Kitim Kitim. The Malachim became groups. Chaburos. Memory Ibrei. Some say should not be created. Memory Ibrei. Some say should be created. Hadad Chesiv is that which is Chesed v'Emes Nivgashu. Chesed emes met, tzedek v'shalom nashaku, tzedek and shalom kissed. Chesed omer yibarei, chesed said man should be created, shu gomer chasadim, because he does chesed. Emes mar ibarei, shekolosh karim, because emes said should not be created because it's completely full of lies. Tzemrei barei, should be created, should set stakos, because he does charities. Shalom omar ibarei, I should say tzedakos can mean justices, either way here. Shalom Amar Aiba Shalom says navigate the Kulei Ktata. It's completely full of disputes. Masa Geshbachim not tell MS he took truth for Shlichol Oretz and tossed it down to the ground. Darsiba Tashlech MS Arza. MS is tossed to the ground. Homer Malach Shares, Livnia Geshbachim, Lame Mata Mevaze, Taxis, Atixia Shulcha. How are you degrading this ultimate tactic, this ultimate tool which you have? Tell her it's MS Oretz. Hashem said, let MS grow from the earth. Let truth grow from the ground. So here too we have a machlekes between Chochmo and Binah. Not whether he should be created, but what's going to happen when he is created. Very similar, parallel discussion. So this is the Chab Beis Amralf in the Zohar Kodesh, the sixth line from the bottom. When you get down to the world which is separate from the Lama Soyadim, and that's this world, obviously, where all sorts of things can go wrong. The Olam Hanivdalim, the world where things are separate from their connection on high. So the craftswoman, Binah, said to the Marama to Chochmo, let's make man in our form and our image. Amri Mari Binyanas, so the master of the building said, it's good to make him. It's good. But he's going to sin to you. Begin to you because he's a fool. If Ben Chacham, an ideal person, would be Misameachov. But Ben Ksil Tukasimo, but a foolish son is the anguish for his mother. So Amra, she said, beside the Chayv Italia B'ima, since his sin, his iniquity is dependent on me, it's contingent on me, below Ba'aba, not on you, I'm going to create him in my form. As it says, Vayivra Elokim. There's no Vayomer. It says Vayivra Elokim. As Adam Tzamo. And Abba was not connected to it. So Chochma is pure Yiras Hashem. It's just Chochma Yiras Hashem. But Binah already is extrapolating that and trying to figure out what to do with that. That's not so simple. Because obviously it requires a special craft and special tools to understand how to take Yiras Hashem and apply it to each and every situation. And Ben Ksil, human beings are full of are Ksilim. We're fools. We do foolish things. And therefore it's Tugas Imo, it's an anguish to our capacity to, so to speak, give Nachas Ruach to Binah to do these Binanus the proper way. So therefore, yes, the mother said, Kav Yochel, said the Midah of Binah said, even still, it's worth creating him. Because what the Medrash says, because he's full of chesed and full of tzedek. And these are things which are ultimately worth creating for. But there are going to be problems. We're accepting the problems. So from the perspective of Yira, if we just create a man with Yira, no problem whatsoever. But it's not. Man's created perspective. We're right to activate Binah. And that's a big pain. And that's very difficult. And that's something which most people are not capable of doing. As the great Makubos, I'm using that facetiously, of course, George Bernard Shaw said, great English playwright, 2% of people think, 3% of people think that they think, and 95% of people would rather be dead than have to think. So thinking is not simply something which is easy to do. Knowledge doesn't require thought. To know about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yiras Hashem, that's something which anybody can have. But just a matter of says of us, lo buri rechet Vein am oretz chasid. An am oretz can be yirei chet. It can have yira. It doesn't just you can be have knowledge. There's a God, has to be afraid. But to be a chassid, to know how to take that year and apply it, and do the chasadim, which is the reason for the purpose of creation, that's not so simple. And Aretz is can't be a chassid. For that, you have to be capable of understanding, extrapolating. Not everybody can do that. So, Bezima the Chav, and when Adam sin, Maxi would say, Pishachem, Shulchaimchem, when you committed your crime, your mother was sent away. In other words, and the mother was in a state kavyochel of golus together with the child, which went which messed up. Amar Malka the Ima, so the Melech Chochmo said to Ima, V'lo Marislach da Asidu Lemechte. Didn't I tell you he was going to sin? Even though he said it's good to create, but he said, "It's I tell you so." Now, according to, of course, the Mekubalim and the Ishbitzer, Tzaddik, and all the great Hasidim from that school, the Chet is also good. You need Chet, like in the hurricane, nothing can be Chashocha. But that's the reality. But Uzimna Tarich Le B'Tarich Imo Imei. At that point, Adam was cast out, and Imo was cast out, meaning that Adam was cast out of Gan Eden because he sinned, and he had to deal with the reality of this world. And Imo said now with him, try to teach a little his brainedness to man who needs it in order to function this world. Begin to therefore it says, Ben Chacham Yismach Av, Ben Ksil Tu Gasimo. We said the Ben Chacham is the symbol of the father, but the foolish son is the anguish for the mother. Ben Chacham, Da'idam the Ibu Arch Datzilus. Ben Chacham, that's man in the level of Atzilus, in the level of Lamosol Yadim. Yeah, and that's that situation. What possible issue is there? It's amazing to have a human being that function in this world. Ben Ksil Da'adam Debria, that's the person who is actually created in this world. So the So the reality of this Zohar Kodesh is that there's this idea of Elokim, which represents Baal Koichos Kulam, meaning there are lots of Koichos, and you need to know how to use them. And needs a lot of Izbainus how to use them. And you have to stop and think, which most people don't do. And therefore, since most people don't stop and think, therefore we have Ben Ksil Dugasimo. The whole idea is to try and you get that Binah Sarah, which the emo represents, and work with it, and know how to use koichos kulam. Tselem Elokim to get those koichos and use those koichos. So now, how is it going to happen? It's not simple. So therefore, we have this issue of Ben Ksil Tugasimo. Okay, so next, all the Chevraya are going to get up in Rishim and say, what is this distinction between Abba and Ima? Well, everything is one. It sounds like you're creating a duality here, Rahman al. That's for tomorrow. That's for next time.